What is the biggest difference of your Gen Z colleagues? If you are born in the 1980s or 1990s, then what is the biggest difference between you and your Gen Z colleagues? Well, in China, the generation features are quite clear and consistent across the country. For the 1980s, they believe that all efforts will have gains, so I will do whatever but the bosses have told me. For the 1990s, they have noticed that sometimes not all efforts will be paid, and there are other elements that affect the result. So I will first figure out who is the boss and who has the final say before I start my work. And for Gen Z that born around the millennium time, they would clearly classify the work first. Category A, I have to make full efforts on it. Category B, I'll just make it done with the least efforts. And category C, I will not do it. So some analysts say that this is largely because for Gen Z, they've encountered the pandemic when they were in a critical stage of shaping their concept of value. So the disease, the family issue, the academic plan, the internship. So when they officially embark on a journey of career, they pay more attention of their inner self. A report from a leading HR agent in China in 2023 shows that the key words of Gen Z for career is little money, few tasks, and not tired. Sounds extreme, but the interpretation might be that they've developed much more resilience compared to the older generations. They were born in the comparatively affluent society in China. They didn't have to be worried about food and clothes, but they were sort of lack the ability to directly face the harshness of the society. So when they enter the career market for the first time, they would first use their small efforts and to resist the pressure from the giant organization. For example, they would give themselves a little break on weekends by hiking or riding rather than embed themselves on overtime work like their 1990s colleagues. So there's definitely not right or wrong when it comes to judge the difference among the 1980s, 1990s and Gen Z. And one possible solution to cope with Gen Z is to understand that they cherish the small happiness in their life very much rather than chasing for big success. And it is important to help them set up an achievable goal and encourage them to reach it. And also it is important to react to their emotions and recognize their efforts and positive emotions so that they would get the motivation not only in terms of money but in terms of the whole atmosphere, which would eventually stimulate their confidence and efforts.